Yes, we're back on the 67 Hail Hail channel on YouTube with me, Hamish Carton. Thanks once again for taking the time out to join me. And we're in the final week before the start of the 2020-2021 season. That means that it's just a matter of days before Neil Lennon's men get their bid for 10 in a row underway. It comes on Sunday, the penultimate game of the opening weekend against Hamilton Accies at home. Live in Sky Sports at 4:30pm kickoff, and Sky is one of the only places you're going to be able to see the game if you're a non-season ticket holder, because Celtic Park will be shut, as was the case in two recent friendlies. The ground won't be open and it looks that way for the foreseeable future. And once again, you may not be surprised to find out that's the subject of today's video. Now, if you've not yet managed to subscribe to the channel, we really would appreciate you taking a couple of seconds out of your day to do that. Just click the subscribe button and the alarm bell next to it as well, so that you don't miss out on any future uploads. And let's just say we've got a lot of good stuff coming, maybe even with a former Celtic player contributing to the channel on a regular basis. So if you don't want to miss that, click the subscribe button and the alarm bell, and we would really appreciate that. Now, the rather surprising news reached us earlier this week that the SPFL had passed rules to allow Premiership clubs to sell home matches on a one-off basis, pay-per-view, to non-season ticket holders. Now, it wasn't felt that this would be the case. There was talk that Sky Sports didn't want games to be able to broadcast to non-season ticket holders, and they would instead be kept only for people who had forked out for a full season ticket at the start of the season. However, something's happened, and it means effectively that people who haven't paid for a season ticket will be able to watch their team in action on a one-off basis by paying an amount of money, or so you would think. More on that in a wee second. Most clubs have come out and named their price, told them if they've been doing this, and also how much they'd be charging. They range from £12, the lowest so far, which is Motherwell, to the slightly excessive amount of £20 said by Livingston. Celtic are one of three clubs in the top flight who haven't yet publicised whether they will be doing this or not. They don't exactly have to make a decision quickly either. One of the terms of this deal is that the games you broadcast can't be shown on Sky. Given that Celtic's home game against Hamilton on Sunday that means that the club effectively don't have to make a decision until our second home game of the season on match day 4 against Aberdeen. That's in mid-August. So the club have got a bit of time to decide on what they're going to do, but it is a bit of a tough one for them. The obvious pros are that they can open up revenue streams by allowing non-season ticket holders to pay to watch Celtic. Now, a quick, fag packet calculation tells you that if 10,000 fans were to pay £10 for a match, then the club would be making 100 grand per match. Now, obviously, there's other costs associated with that, but that's just a round number. But on the flip side, the fact that you'd be allowing other supporters to buy tickets may piss off season ticket holders who have already forked out an excessive amount. Usually works out at around £25 per match for a stream at the moment. So that's the dilemma that Celtic have got. Now, an obvious solution would be for the club to charge non-season ticket holders more money than is the average for season ticket holders per match. Now, as I said earlier, season ticket per match costs usually between £25, £28, something like that, depending on where you are in the ground. So if the club was to offer non-season ticket holders the chance to buy one-off matches and price it at, say, £30, then that would probably appease season ticket holders, and it would also give the opportunity for non-season ticket holders still to buy it, albeit that they'd have to pay quite a lot of money. Now, £30 is okay if you're offering fans a chance to get to the game and actually sample the atmosphere and all that, but £30 for a link to watch a game at home to St Johnstone or Ross County or someone like that is crazy, and you would probably be lucky to get 1,000 people wanting to pay £30. If you're not going to get that many people, then would there even be any point in doing that at all? Now, if we look to the capital and take a peer at Hibernian, they've come in for a lot of criticism over the last couple of days after it became clear that they wouldn't be making their league opener against Kilmarnock available to non-season ticket holders. Now, a lot of Kilmarnock fans obviously unhappy at this, as well as some Hibs fans who haven't bought a season ticket. Their reason for doing this, according to Hibernian, is that they want to protect the value of their season ticket holders, effectively rewarding fans who have forked out hundreds of pounds at the start of the season and disadvantaging those who haven't, effectively. Now, would Celtic do something similar? My own argument is that if you're looking for a way to add value to a season ticket, then the value's already there, in that we're hoping that fans are going to be back at Celtic games in the not too distant future, certainly before the end of the year in some sort of capacity, if not earlier. So you could argue by buying a season ticket holders have already got that extra advantage. The minute the stadium opens up to fans again, they'll be pretty much guaranteed a ticket. So in many ways, that's their advantage right there, and you don't need to throw in anything else. Now, you only had to be on social media on Sunday about 1:30, 2 o'clock to see the wrath of Celtic supporters directed towards the club. This was down to the fact that the friendly match against Ross County at Celtic Park, which had been used as a trial effectively for this Pass to Paradise for season ticket holders not able to get to the match due to COVID-19, and it didn't exactly work well. Now, the club, to their defence, said that 42,000 fans had logged on to the system. However, even though that number is a little bit sketchy, let's just say, going by social media and the complaints, 42,000 is still far less than 52 or 53,000 season tickets which have been sold. And the fact that supporters have forked out hundreds of pounds to see the team on a stream effectively this season, and that won't go down well at all if the stream doesn't work, even though it was just a friendly. Can you imagine what it'd be like in a proper match? So if we relate it to today's video, and you're looking at the prospect of adding thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of non-season ticket holders to the server who want to see the game, then that could cause more problems. So that's why I think the club will turn down the option to offer pay-per-view this season, basically because they don't want to risk disgruntling supporters anymore. Adding thousands more onto the servers probably wouldn't do wonders for fans getting to see the game, and if it can't handle 52,000 already, then adding 10, 20,000 wouldn't be a good idea either, as much as the money may be tempting for the club. The season ticket holders are the lifeblood in many ways. They're the ones who have ploughed in hundreds of pounds, millions of pounds if you add them all together at the start of this season, despite no guarantees about seeing a game all campaign effectively. So I think the club have to put the season ticket holders first here. They can't be seen to be offering non-season ticket holders a chance to get into or watch games online for £10 when season ticket holders have forked out more than double that. So yeah, I've thought of a couple of solutions to this problem. One of them that I'll bring up now I actually read online, so I can't claim responsibility for this, but it was effectively that the club could offer the chance for non-season ticket holders to pay to watch streams, perhaps at £10, maybe even £15, and then at the end of the season, when they calculate all the money brought in by doing that, they could then offer half of it to season ticket holders as money off next season's season ticket. Now, that plan would give the club extra revenue from the non-season ticket holders buying streams. It would also allow non-season ticket holders to watch Celtic in action, and finally it would give season ticket holders the benefit of having money off next season's ticket from the money that they'd raised. So that's a good example. Can I see the club adopting it? No, I think they'll just decide that they're not going to offer pay-per-view at all. But it just seems a shame. Not everyone can afford to buy a season ticket at the start of the season, and in a normal world, non-season ticket holders would still get a chance to go to the odd game, picking and choosing, but it seems like that won't be an option for pay-per-view this season. But who knows, the club may change their mind. But it's just another really interesting facet ahead of the new season, which, as we say, gets underway on Sunday against Hamilton, and we're looking forward to it.